Seems like as kids, a lot of us would come down to a place like this lake and splash around a lot. And I remember as kids, like we would try to look around the rocks and things like that for little animal life and plant life, like little fish and little plankton and stuff like that. And even if you were really, really lucky, you might be able to find a freshwater turtle. I'm Travis with reviewsfortherestofus.com, and this week we're reviewing the latest version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Give me the camera.
Oh, look, he's doing his Batman voice.
Back off, Raph.
So if you've ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, maybe you grew up with this as a kid or your boyfriend did, you know it's kind of an interesting idea. The idea that little pet turtles that a lot of us would try to keep in those little hot boxes somehow turn into these incredible fighting machines. A little bit dysfunctional, but incredible. And they're talking too, right? Seems kind of far-fetched, but yet a lot of us as kids completely fell in love with these four Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So in this latest version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you kind of pick up where the four guys have snuck out against Master Splinter's will, and they're kind of being vigilantes. Like they're trying to help out the humans who can't protect themselves from what's called the Foot Clan. But if you know anything about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it never goes the way the four guys expect. And the next thing you know, they found themselves in all sorts of trouble, and they're having to protect this pretty girl played by Megan Fox named April O'Neil.
Do not say a word about this to anyone. If you do, we will find you.
Yeah, we'll find you. I'm sorry, that came across super creepy, okay?
Turns out as time goes on, you find out that April and the four turtles were destined to be together anyway, and by the time the movie's all over, well, I won't ruin it for you, but you can guess, things work out in the end. So for reviewsfortherestofus.com, we like to talk about the three questions we think normal people want to know about movies, which is, frankly, is it any good? Should you spend the money to see it at the theater? And who should you go with? As far as is it any good, actually surprisingly, yeah. I mean, it's as believable as a movie about mutant ninja teenage turtles can be. But it's actually pretty good, surprisingly. And where should you see it? I'd actually suggest you see it on the big screen. Because on the big screen, there's lots of great special effects, a lot of fun camera work. You kind of feel like you're falling with them and fighting with them. So seeing it on the big screen and seeing it in 3D would totally be worth it. Now, as far as who you should see it with, this one actually is rated PG-13, and I think that's kind of off the mark. There's actually been a couple other movies this summer like Hercules that were rated PG-13, Guardians of the Galaxy, that I'd almost call a hard PG-13. Not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, there's some violence, but it's completely dialed back to comedic. There's not really any strong language to speak of. So as far as who you should go with, sure, you'd have a fun at this movie on Guys Night, but I even suggest you take your kids to it, maybe like 11 on up. As always, if you found this helpful, we would love it if you'd like our page, share this with your friends. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, and just let folks know about us. And if you live in the Treasure Valley, I want to invite you to start joining me Friday mornings at 11 a.m. on the new show Idaho Living on KBOI 2.